Hi Amit, Sainath here.
Hey, hi Sai. Hi Joseph. Hi Rahul. Hi Koinagi-san.
Hello.
Hello. Hi Subinoy.
Hi, Anvit.
Hey. Just gonna wait for a few minutes until people join in, and then we'll get started.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, hi Sai.
Yeah, hi Anvit. I joined stand up.
Hey, hello Kaneja-san.
Hello.
Hello. We're just waiting for a few more minutes until people join in, and we'll get started with the community.
Okay.
Hello Anvit.
Yes, Sai.
I'll make you the host, okay?
Sure.
Just changed.
Yeah, thanks. Sai, I think we can get started because you
Yeah,
may have to.
I think we can start.
Yeah. So, hello everyone. This is the SODA Global Community Meeting. This is a bi-weekly meeting where we discuss the updates that are happening in the SODA Foundation community with respect to the projects, with respect to the ecosystem, and also updates on any events or any kind of community activities that we are undertaking. So today we have a few items on the agenda. One is we have updates on SODA Core 2022, that is the data and storage hackathon being conducted by SODA Foundation. It's a global hackathon which started on March 1st, and it's ongoing. And at the moment, the last date is 15th of April, but we'll keep you updated on that. And we also have some updates on CDM, that's the Container Data Management project from SODA, and some updates on the M release, and then we'll also talk about some of the other newer projects that we are working on. So, Sanil, if you want to go ahead with the CDM updates, maybe we can start off with that since you have another meeting clash.
Yeah, sure. I can do that.
Sure.
1 second, I'll just try to share. Yeah, Praveen is there in the call, right? Praveen.
Praveen's here. I just saw him. Yeah, he's joined.
Okay. Yeah, Praveen, if you want to add something, please feel free. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a continuation of. I will not go to the very detailed information about. You are able to see my desktop, by the way.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So the design details generally we discuss in the design meeting. Design meeting is also bi-weekly meeting. Maybe the design meeting information, Anvit, you can add in the MOM and then share with people if they want to join, and share the design Slack channel also, so that if anybody is interested, they can join if they are not part of it. So this SODA CDM is SODA Container Data Management. If anyone is joined newly this meeting, so we have a focus on container data management this year, and we will have some new projects for container data management, mainly for Kubernetes specific data management. In that, we are considering data protection as one of the key areas, and second is observability. First, we are starting with the data protection part. In data protection, we are focusing on backup and restore as the first part of this project. So that we tentatively, it's in Hawaiian language, it's called Guardian. The meaning is Guardian. So Kahu is the project for backup and restore. And we will have a replication failover or any other related projects for data protection will come as new projects. So right now, we will focus on backup and restore. And one more background is that we expect more projects, different projects and repositories under SODA CDM. Hence, we will do the development of these new projects in a new GitHub organization. So I will just probably I'll just show that as well. So this is our current GitHub organization where all these SODA projects are there, project and repositories are there. So, but for container data management, we want to have all the related projects under same organization. So we have a new organization created. If you have any comments or better ways to manage, please feel free anytime, so that at the beginning it is very easy for us to do it. So SODA CDM is the organization. Why separate organization? All the container data management related projects can come here. For long term, it will be good. And of course, for SODA CDM, we will have a placeholder inside this also, so that it can redirect to that particular repo. So under SODA CDM, we tentatively create a repo for Kahu. And this will be the placeholder for the source code. It is just created. Once we have the POC code, the things will come here. And also we have
we have raised some PR also in the Kaho, Sunil.
Yeah, in the Kaho itself, the initial base code, right?
Right. No, yeah, the directories of the code.
The folder structure, right?
Yeah, folder structure and all.
This is the first. Yeah. I think this is the first PR.
Right.
I remember, Praveen. So, so this is the first PR. Already you can see the PR. If you have any review comments, you can give the review comments also. This is just the folder structure, right? Folder structure and some base skeleton.
Right.
The skeleton is coming up. So we are in the very beginning stage. So anybody wants to contribute, give the input, all these things are welcome. And also, what we are going to do, we have already created a project. Sorry, where is that gone? Okay, yeah, it is in the organization. Sorry. So we have created a project here. So here we will have the project dashboard for the issues and other things. So this can support issues from multiple repos. I think the GitHub has support right now. Earlier it was only specific to the repos. So what you can do is that you can, if you have any requirements or issues or pain points, you can raise issues here so that we know that you have some input to consider in the requirements and design. So you can raise issues. And we also have a documentation folder where we will start putting some design document, and that initial design or requirement is what I am going to discuss. So this is overall background. If any questions, maybe I'll pause for a while. Do you have any questions so far? And this link also is public commentable. So I'm just sharing in the group, and we will add in the MOM also so that you can have it. Okay. So basically Kaho is mainly for backup and restore. I'll skip this part. So basically we have some key requirements identified based on our analysis. So our analysis include some of the inputs in the past meetings, because CDM we have discussed in the multiple meetings in design and global community meeting in the past. And also we have done some kind of analysis with respect to other products like Velero, Stork, and something similar, overall container data management. So based on that, we have prepared some requirements. Majorly, we divided into 3 parts. One is backup and restore specific features, and then the provider framework feature, because this is one of the unique module in our design, wherein the storage drivers can be added as a provider to Kaho very easily. And then the automation and orchestration of overall backup. Say you want to have scheduled backup policies and stuff like that. So we wanted to have some layer to support these kind of things. So mainly in the backup and restore, we have so in backup of Kubernetes, majorly we need to focus on 2 things. One is on the Kubernetes specific data that we call it as metadata part. That will be the resources in Kubernetes, application configuration, etc. And the real data. Real data is nothing but in Kubernetes, it is as volumes. So we have metadata and volume backup. So that's what we have mentioned. And then we can also support, these are all our vision requirements. The first POC scope I will mention. So in that, we can also have incremental or differential backup. And we can also have the scope of backup as say namespace or some specific labels. Same with the restore also. We also want to support something like a pre-hook and post-hook for backup and restore features, so that if they want to do something customized before, they can do that. And the backup will be supported across the providers. And we can also have some kind of mechanisms by which it can be, I won't say provider independent, because say for example, Elastic, if you use, you can actually take backups to cloud. In fact, we are using the cloud backends. So here the independent of the provider means nothing but the real storage vendor kind of a provider, and not we can say that independent of say we on-premise storages. So you can take it to cloud or any other maybe software-based, software-defined storages or whatever. But in fact, those things also should come as some or the other kind of a provider. And what we plan is that we will support both CSI based and non-CSI based backups. CSI, as you know, it's very important with respect to Kubernetes. That is a storage interface. So all the drivers supported in CSI, we will utilize the capabilities of CSI interface. And non-CSI, Suppose if you have a custom backup replication or restore kind of solutions or interfaces, you can actually plugged through the provider, and the framework will understand, and the top API can be utilized in the same fashion to do that. And backup and restore across the cluster. So these, and the last 2 points, it came in the last design meeting. Some input came saying that how do we handle federation in Kubernetes? You have multiple cluster kind of a kube fed federation initiative. So how do we manage our solution within the federation kind of a scope? And then application aware backup and restore. How do we do application aware? Say for example, it's a big data application or AI/ML application. And maybe there should be some kind of quiescing to be done before you do this or whatever. So those kind of things we can consider. This we need to explore further, how we can make it application aware. The second part is provider. I have already mentioned. We will support both CSI based, non-CSI based. Maybe for some provider can be only for metadata, only for volume. All those combinations possible, and it will be very easy to integrate these kind of providers with our framework, the storage provider framework. And you can have multiple providers at the same time. Now coming back to automation and orchestration, as I mentioned, it is like schedule, event driven. Say on a particular event you take this, or based on some custom policies, or you want to have plans, maybe based on the costing and other factors, you want to have different plans for backup and restore, you can have. So this part we don't want to really do very elaborate manner, but we want to consider this in our design. Probably when I show this high level design, it will be a little more clear. So basically this is a very high level architecture diagram where you have different clients. Clients are something like your application platform. It can be a web UI or any custom operation and management platforms of the customer or the service provider. And then you have, this is Kahoo. Overall, the Kahoo system will have API layer, 3 layers basically: the API layer, control layer, and the provider framework layer. So API will provide you a standard REST API, and the core part, we have 2 key things. One is core services. That is, core services are mainly for backup and restore, the key functionalities of Kahoo. And then operation and management services. That is where you may have some kind of features for scheduling, some policy management, some metadata management, and also we will have some kind of bookkeeping activities. So for example, you take different backups at different times and kind of stuff. So we can have logging, we have metrics information, how fast that the backup happened over the period of time, how the performance is going, what type of data it is taking backup. All those bookkeeping information can be kept, logging, metrics, and also we can have a local database to keep all this information, so that we can provide deeper insights about overall backup and restore happening through our platform, based on which even people can derive some kind of AI ML algorithm to take some actions and things like that. Then the last layer is software provider framework, wherein you will connect the third-party providers. Why this is orange? Kahoo default providers, we are planning to have CSI, S3, and also Linstore we are discussing, because they have they're part of Soda. So we discussed with them. So they are also interested in this feature. They are also working with Velero and backup and restore. They have custom features. So based on our initial discussion, we felt that Linstore can be on southbound storage provider for Kahoo. So we will try to give out of the box in our release the Linstore support, working with the Linstore team. And any third party can create their own providers. They can keep it in any GitHub. I mean, it doesn't matter. We will have a proper installation mechanism by which they can register to our storage provider framework, and then connects to the storage. This part is important, that Kahoo O&M layer. We don't want to really make this as a product, but at least we need to give some kind of layer which can be used by the clients to build their data backup and restore solutions. This will help very, say time to develop reduced by means of using this layer, so that the scheduling, policy building, all these things can be little easier. So we'll give a layer, and we also need this layer to connect to our UI, because definitely when we come up with our solution, we will have a UI or a command line through which we can do all these activities. So we need some layer to showcase the end-to-end capability of the platform. So this is about high-level design and tentative requirements. Please feel free to give any comments and join the design and development. Also requirements, please prioritize so that we can plan accordingly. Now, currently what we are planning is that next release, which we call it as M release, we are planning May 25 or 26, May end. We wanted to do release. In that release from CDM, we plan to have some kind of the first POC, wherein the basic backup and restore can happen. This is our target. We will strive to do this. So that's where we stand. All other features will be phased manner. In the subsequent releases we will plan. And if anyone comes up with something priority, probably we'll discuss and consider that in the release. Yeah, this is what I wanted to share. Praveen, you want to add anything? Then then we can open up for some questions.
Right. I think you have covered that. And just from the progress perspective, we are in the phase of designing the modules. I mean, the data structure and the API spec. So we are still at the very beginning phase, but yeah, we are collecting the information from the requirements what Sanil has covered. So anybody can join that, because still we are finalizing yet to finalize the things. So that's it.
Yeah,
The
thanks.
update.
Yeah, thanks, Praveen. So I think if you want that progress, I think there are some more modules getting designed in the background, but this can give you some kind of an idea that where we are standing in the prototype and the base skeleton code. So this is a good opportunity for even the newcomers, that this is starting from scratch, so that you can be part of this project from the beginning. Yeah, that's so now we can open up for any questions. If you have any questions, we can try to answer. Okay, silence I consider as no questions. But feel free, you can discuss in the Slack. So we have a so there are two points where we can discuss this. One is the design meeting Slack channel. This is again public one. You can join in the design meeting Slack channel and you can start discussing. And also maybe I'll try to pin it now. Soda CDM, there is a channel. Here also you can join. It's also a public channel. You can start join and discuss if you want some input to be given. Yeah, that's all from my side. And
Thanks.
back to you.
Thanks, Anil. Thanks, Praveen. If you have any questions regarding the new Soda CDM project, the Kahu project, please feel free to post them in Slack. Or if you want a more detailed discussion, we can also schedule a meeting so that we can discuss any particular use cases or anything that you want to, have a more detailed discussion on. So thanks again for that, Sanil. Okay, so I think the next point we can move on to is the Soda Code 2022 updates. Now, Soda Code is, as I mentioned, the first data and storage hackathon being conducted by Soda Foundation. Now, this hackathon is already started on 1st of March. The submissions have started on 1st of March, and we already have over 40, 50 PRs that have been raised across projects. And we had many people raising issues as well across projects. At the moment, if you are still interested in participating, we still have about 10 days to go in the event and lots of open issues. So if anyone is interested in registering, registrations are open right till the last date of the event. So you can participate even if you have 1 day left. We are accepting contributions till the 15th of April at this moment, and you can register right until then. There are over 150 issues across the 18 different participating projects, and you can ask any of them to go to the event page. I'm going to share the link to the event page in the chat as well.
Anvit and all others, I just need to log off to.
Yes, sure. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Anvit, and
Yes.
bye all.
Yeah. So yeah, as I was mentioning, this is happening. The contributions are being accepted until 15th of April, and we still have about 10 days now, but we will keep you updated if there's any change in the date. If anybody is interested, then you can check out the link I have shared in the chat. It's also in the agenda, so I will put it in the agenda as well. That way, you'll be able to get the link from there. Now, one more thing is that we want more participants to start contributing, since this is an event aimed at beginners as well as professional developers. We want people to take this opportunity to start making contributions. So, if you know of people who are willing to learn but did not have the opportunities or don't know about this event, you can share it in your networks. Please promote it, or you can ask them to join our Slack, Soda Slack, and from there they can join the Slack channel. We will guide them on how to do it for like how they can start contributing and everything. We can take it up over there. Now, with this in mind, we also conducted a few hacker orientation sessions. During the last few weeks, we've conducted 3 virtual hacker orientation sessions, and we've conducted 2 on-site boot camps. The first one was an on-site workshop conducted at Krishna Jayanti College in Bangalore, India. This was on 21st of March, and we had about 150 students, and we had some 5 project leaders from different projects based out of Bangalore who attended the workshop and gave them trainings. The second boot camp was conducted yesterday, 7th of April, at Reva University, and this was attended by, I think, over 300 students. And we had SODA maintainers and leaders from our team, Sanil, Praveen, Shiva, and I think Amit and Sushant, who were all there. And they worked with the students and they helped them make contributions and sign up for the event as well. And that has actually helped because we've got a lot of new people joining into the Slack channel. There are a few people who are interested who have been posting, and we are looking at more contributions in the coming week. But as I mentioned, we are looking for people who want to learn also and who already know about Soda and have not had the opportunity to make contributions. So this is a good place to start. We are willing to help people who are who want to make the contribution. So if anybody is afraid that they are not they don't have the necessary knowledge to make a contribution, we can guide them. We can take a sort of like a session with a group of them. If we find say there are some people who want to do, we can conduct a session just for that group, and we can enable them to make their contributions. So please do share information about Soda Code in your networks, in your channels. If anybody has any questions regarding Soda Code, we can take them now. If you have any queries, if you want to know something about Soda Code, we can answer them now. Okay. Please do remember that we have a lot of good prizes also, which are open for everyone to win. So that is also an incentive other than the incentive of being able to contribute to an open source project. With that, I think we can discuss the future things. As I mentioned, the last date of submissions and registration is 15th April for Soda Code. So please do ensure that you let your people, you let your friends and let your colleagues know. And if anybody is interested, you can just sign up before that. Okay, now I think for the M release of Soda, we sent out a survey and I think the survey has been answered. So we will find out the name of the release in a few weeks' time once the survey results are tabulated. Once that is done, we will be announcing the M release name, sorry. And for the M release this time, the projects that we update, I think last time we had a few updates from Joseph. Joseph, is there anything that you want to add maybe for the upcoming release? Is there anything new which is coming in?
No, Delphin side, there are some changes for new drivers and some features in mapping.
Right.
Yeah.
So that I think you updated last week. So that's
Right.
the changes, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and we'll be having some changes. Praveen, any updates from the multi-cloud side? Do we have anything coming up, or are we looking at the community adding something?
Yeah, so actually the major changes will required. Still, we are discussing one of the client, and
Right.
they are agreed to use the multi-cloud as their base code, and on top of that, we'll develop based on the user requirement.
All right.
But till now, we have not finalized the release date and all. But
Okay.
if that is accepted, then I think in coming up releases there will be huge change. But
Right.
till now, there is no major change for this M release.
Okay. Got it. So as Praveen mentioned, I think that was a very important point. We are looking to overall a lot of some of the legacy stuff that was there in the projects. So if anybody is interested, this is a time to actually join the project. Also, to if you have any ideas and if you feel that the existing code base can be optimized or improved upon, you can take this opportunity to join the discussion. We will take these discussions in the design meeting as well as this global community meeting. So if you want to reach out to any of us, you can do that on Slack, or you can also create an issue in the GitHub repositories directly. That way, we can actually have a discussion on the issue itself. So thanks, Praveen and Joseph. And I think one more update that I think last time which Praveen gave was on the smart data archival. We have a few issues in terms of tasks created, and we are working on that, but at the moment there was no change there. But we are looking for people to contribute to that project as well. So if you're looking at joining another new project from Soda Foundation, that is the Smart Data Archival project, the link is in the project in the agenda, so you can check out the agenda, and we will have the links for the GitHub repository there. I think that's it from us today. But is there any thing that anybody wants to discuss? Any points to be added? Any queries you have regarding some of the activities that we are conducting? We can have an open discussion.
So I think Sai was raising a few comments on the CDM part. Sai, I remember in last meetings. So please cross-check that document, and maybe if you can just check it whether all the test cases required to the restore and backup we are considering or not.
Okay, I will check once. And one more thing, that when you guys are now creating a new repository, you're taking the entire code base or only the relevant sections, or how is that being done?
It's a entirely new code base, because related to restore and backup, we don't have any code base previously. So from very scratch, we are developing that.
Okay. So we will have only what is necessary. That's okay.
Right.
Yeah, I will look into it, and maybe I need to understand few things. I'll probably connect with you or Anvit to understand how to clone and get something locally for me to go through them.
Sure. Please.
Sure, Sai.
Yeah, thanks.
Does anybody have any other points to discuss? Do you have any suggestions, maybe? Well, if not, then I'm going to call it a meeting today. Thank you for attending this global community meeting. We will meet in 2 weeks' time. Until then, stay safe and have a great weekend.
Yeah, thanks, Anvit. Thank you all.
Thanks
Yeah,
all.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.